Hey guys, with the conclusion of TI, I am here to make a summary video of exactly what Tundra TI 11 champions figured out that no one else was quite able to master, so that you guys can have a better understanding of why they won the tournament. So let's go ahead and get started.
Banana slam jam.
I have always preached that Dota is all about these epiphanies, where you get these feelings when you play the game, and then somebody better than you or wiser than you says something quite simple, and suddenly you connect all the dots and you feel like you've been opened up into a whole new world. And I actually kind of experienced that when I watched the interview of Tundra at the end of TI. So I'd actually like to show you guys a few clips from that to give you guys a context of exactly what they thought about the meta surrounding the tournament and exactly what they did team-wise to embrace that. So first and foremost, we have Snaking here, who has been asked what he thinks will get changed after TI 11 has been played in terms of buffs and nerfs.
I also hope for a big patch, but I know for sure Wraith Pact is, it's near its end, guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on though, that's, it's gotta go.
It might be unlucky for people who are trying to get some MMR right now, seeing the Wraith Pact, but, it is what it is. And I'm very happy with the state of Dota, I think.
So what you see here is Snaking literally said Wraith Pact. And I know I've been talking about Wraith Pact, but so this may not be news to any of you who've been watching my videos. But what's so important about Wraith Pact and what Tundra did is that every patch there's going to be broken heroes, there's going to be broken items, but it's the simple interpretation of these items and heroes at the fundamental level that these teams are able to basically turn into strategy that kind of blew my mind. So we're going to pull another few clips from Tundra in these interviews to kind of show what I saw being like their interpretation of how to play a Wraith Pact meta. So in this next clip, 33 is asked what kind of team comms are going on within Tundra during this crucial Roche fight in game 1 of the finals. So let's go ahead and listen to hear what he has to say.
I was saying, guys, there's no f***ing way I can die. Just chill, just watch me, and yeah. Basically, I think most of our teamfight communication has been about guys just chill, 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 just chill, 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 and that's kind of, I think, in the true side you'll see it. We are just constantly telling each other to not dive.
So this may seem like very simple communication where he highlighted that they are saying, guys, chill, 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 don't dive. But what connection I drew here, the neurons firing, is that Wraith Pact as an item is an item where you drop it on the ground and it reduces all damage from the opponent within that area by 30%. So what that means is that if the most defining item of the meta is an item that says you can't fight us in this AoE, that means that it's all about each team having this like AoE that they control and kind of baiting the opponent into it. So what 33 said here during this fight that is just such pure gold, honestly, in terms of knowledge, is he said their entire communication was just chill, 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 don't dive, effectively saying stay within our Wraith Pact, don't go into the opponent's Wraith Pact. And we're going to see even further in the next clip another way that they thought about exactly how this dynamic would play out in mid to late game teamfights. So in this next clip, 33 is going to go even further about how they envision teamfights happening and their moves with smokes and in terms of like patience and waiting for the right opportunity.
I want to kill him, but we don't have to. Like, we are happy, whatever is happening, like we're not in a rush. And I think a lot of teams kind of fell into that. Like the people got impatient and we just were able to collect the free kills.
So what he says here is every move we made, we didn't feel like we had to get anything done. We were always patient. And as long as we just waited for them to basically mess up and go on us or overcommit, like you saw there, like Secret chased them out of the base, went a little bit too far, and Tundra turned. So this entire meta, summarized by Tundra in a matter of seconds, is Wraith Pact, hard to fight into, make the opponent go on you. And this is something that I've been feeling in my pubs, and that's why it's so eye-opening to hear them talk about it, because it always feels very difficult to initiate this patch. It's felt like if the opponent has some sort of summons hero, like a Visage, an Enigma, a Beastmaster, and a Wraith Pact on the ground, that there's really no way to reliably commit into this. So it's really cool to hear Tundra talk about this in their interviews, and now I'd love to tie this into the meta for you guys to make you understand what heroes really prove to be the strongest picks later on in the tournament, centered around this entire concept. Basically saying, we know they engage into Wraith Pact, we want to play around the fact that it's hard to engage into us. We want to pick heroes that never really have to go on you, and eventually we can make it so once we bait you to overcommit, we can then kill you. So that's a lot of kiting, that's a lot of ranged damage dealers, that's a lot of illusions and summons heroes, where their actual hero doesn't have to go in and put themselves in danger, and then they usually couple that with some sort of burst damage or instant lockdown that allows these heroes to output the damage on the guy that has overextended. So let's go ahead and check out the drafts of the final 4 teams and show you exactly the heroes that fit that description. So here we have arrived at the Dota Buff page telling us the drafts for the final 4 teams. And I'm going to comment a bit on the results, but also a little bit of a spoiler for you guys. I'm going to be doing an analysis of how Team Liquid got 3rd, of how Secret got 2nd, and how Tundra got 1st. All tying into what this video has been talking about, how I feel like each team had a slightly different interpretation of the dynamic of the Wraith Pact and who commits on to who, and exactly why I think the teams that got the placements they did, Tundra getting 1st, Secret getting 2nd, and Liquid getting 3rd over Aster, played out the way that they did. But if we look at the drafts, we already kind of gave you the recipe. Every single draft, for the most part, has a summons type hero or tanky hero that makes it hard to initiate or to fight into. They have a ranged damage dealer. They have a counter initiation type save. And they also have some sort of instant disable punish that plays around this idea of kiting you backwards and then killing you. So the summary of the carries we mentioned were ranged damage dealers as well as illusion heroes who did not need to commit their actual hero as the winning recipe. So when we look at Team Liquid, in the first game against Aster, the victor, they had Lina, the long-range damage, who is a mid lane at the end of the day, but you couple that with the summons hero with the Brood, and then once they overcommit, you have the Marcy counter-initiation, as well as the Bloodseeker Rupture to prevent them from running away. Lich, with the Frost Armor, served as not really a save, but it buffed up the Lina, making her much more durable than a squishy ranged int hero would normally be. And then you look at the second game of Team Aster versus Liquid, where Aster takes the victory, and they have the Pudge, who's like the super beefy, he like kind of replaces the summons hero, right? And then they have the Sniper, the ranged damage dealer that's hard to fight into, with the Omni Knight saving, and once again, Marcy with the punish. And the one exception that I would really say for all the games that we're going to see in terms of the dynamic of the ranged damage dealer summons losing out is actually game 3 of Team Liquid vs. Aster, which we will be analyzing, where Liquid went for a last pick Night Stalker. And what we saw as a carry Night Stalker, by the way, was this Beastmaster Drow that was a Naga support, where it was very difficult to break the 5-man of Aster, where they are set up around the Wraith Pact. They had the Drow in the back, the Beastmaster summons scouting out, but the Night Stalker flying vision was what gave them the ability to actually penetrate this ball, and the Undying save and the Tusk saves, as well as the Pangolier roll-in follow-up, was actually the one time I saw this formation being able to be broken. But then we look at this Tundra versus Secret upper bracket finals. We see the same recipe winning out for game 1. Summons hero in the Brood, save from the mid OD, and the illusion summons hero-esque carry, Naga Siren. And then we look at the next game, where Team Secret actually beat Tundra, and oddly enough, Tundra, who has the ranged damage dealer Terrorblade, as well as the summons from the Visage, actually lost out to the Drow, who counters Terrorblade because of her ultimate piercing base armor, and Terrorblade is purely base armor. Even though Dawnbreaker does not fit the summons idea, she still fits the idea of, if you go on one of my teammates, we have an insane amount of counter initiation, couple the Dawnbreaker with the silencer, and it's very hard to commit to killing and bursting a hero like Drow Ranger, who, if she does not go down, will turn and kill you and prevent you from running away with the Frost Arrows. And then in the last game of Tundra vs. Secret, you see the exact same formula for Tundra. Summons hero in the offlane with Enigma, he buys all the auras to tank through the damage over time and AoE from heroes like Zeus, and then CK, the one team in the tournament that actually picked CK on a regular basis, utilizing the Shard and the Phantasm illusions. He not only serves as like the pseudo poke, illusion harass kind of guy, but he's also the punish. So that's why heroes like Tusk went up in value, even being played mid, because the snowball plus the blink punch offered not only the save, but also the damage to punish any overextensions from the opponent. So if you guys haven't already seen the formula playing out, we'll just keep showing you, right? Because you're going to see it in pretty much every single game. Team Secret had the Morphling Sniper cores with the Beastmaster summons. And if you saw Team Liquid's draft, they had a mid-primal beast and a carry lifestealer. Their whole idea was to have to run and catch these heroes. And then what happened was Team Secret built like 2 Hurricane Pikes and a couple blinks, kited out that initiation, turned around and killed them for game 1. Then Liquid actually turned it on them game 2 by 10th picking the Sniper, and Team Secret had to carry Monkey King, where the dynamics reverse. Monkey King has to jump on top of you, Sniper stands his ground with the Wraith Pact from the Broodmother, and his own sustain from the Mask Madness, and lo and behold, Liquid took game 2. And then we look at game 3 of Team Liquid versus Team Secret, and while Liquid had the Lina, it was just incredibly difficult for her to output the damage because of the continuous poking stuns of the Earthshaker and the Invoker, which are also very good counter initiations to disrupt combos. But then once again, the summons offlaner and the ranged damage dealer carry the Drow Ranger. So we're seeing it over and over again as we go into the last series, the finals, where Tundra absolutely sweep them 3-0. You see the offlaner, bulky, tanky guy that builds the Wraith Pact in the form of Tidehunter, the illusion carry, and the damage and stun follow-ups from Hoodwink as well as Tusk. And then we don't see anything of the like from Team Secret. I think Leshrac, while being a very strong hero throughout the course of the meta, was kind of figured out by picking burst damage, because the Bloodstone that Leshrac builds makes it so that if you can't bring him from full to 0, then he just sustains through all your stuff. But if you couple auras, like Pipe as well as Wraith Pact, it limits how much damage he's doing, which means that he's not life-stealing as much. And then you pick heroes like Tusk and Hoodwink that can burst almost any hero in the game full to 0. So Team Secret was getting pretty far in the tournament, relying on the Leshrac, and Tundra just kind of had the number in regards to this overall superior formula that worked out. So Tundra, we're just going to show you again, right? Illusion carry from the CK, ranged damage dealer with the Arc Warden, summons hero with the Visage. And last but not least, ranged carry, Medusa, first pick of the tournament in the playoffs, summons hero in the offlane, and then counter initiation and punish from the Pangolier. This video is kind of meant to keep you guys on the same page as I moving forward in the week. This is going to be TI week on my YouTube channel. So we have talked at a general level of like, this is Tundra's interpretation of the meta. This is how they pulled it off. This is seemingly the winning recipe of TI 11. Very easy to say after it's all said and done. And we're going to break down each team individually and how they interpreted it, how they executed it, with individual videos for Liquid, Secret, and Tundra. Stay tuned for the rest of the week if you're interested in that content. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time.